Yo, YouTube, what's up with your boy, Sports and Fitness Rants? I'm back, guys. Click that like button. Subscribe to my channel. What's up, y'all? Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. Got another great video for you guys today, as usual, man. You guys know the deal on this channel, man. We must continue to stand up. We must continue to hold these guys to a standard, call these guys out, man. We must continue to do this. We must continue to set the record straight, stop the lies, stop the narratives, man. And in this video, we're going to speak about Kevin Durant, man. And Kevin Durant, and this man has been exposed, guys. Kevin Durant continues to get exposed this season over the last several seasons. I've told you, since he's left Golden State, he's exposed himself as not being a leader, a true competitor, not really being that much, having that much heart or grit. Right? I've told you about this stuff, guys. His overall skills that everyone's always talking about, it doesn't relate. What is it doing? It's not translating to anything. They're not doing anything, the Phoenix Suns right now. Right? Kevin Durant's never led a team to a championship. He never has. All these skills he got, can't lead a team anywhere, though. And he's been exposed, guys. And we're going to talk about this season, man, the last several games. Kevin Durant, where's Kevin Durant? The man scores what? 12 points, then 20 points, then 15 points. He's out here being carried by Devin Booker, who's dropping 40 plus, 50 plus, 60 plus every night. And they still lose. And they lose again last night, even though Devin Booker drops 40, whatever, 6 points or whatever he dropped. Once again, Kevin Durant trying to go through the motions. He don't want to be a leader. He wants to sit back and be a regular guy, man. I got a problem with that. And I want to thank you guys, man, everybody across the world, everyone across the states, man, has been supporting my channel. I am truly humbled by support, guys. Truly humbled, man. It means a lot to me, man. We must continue to stand up, and we must continue to hold these guys to a standard, man, and expose this nonsense. So thanks everybody out there, guys. Much respect to all you guys. And you guys know what to do. Turn the volume all the way up. Hit that play button. Remember, these videos are for educational purposes. And let's roll. So yes, guys, you know how I do on this channel, man. I must continue to call these guys out, hold them to the standards of all-time greats. And Kevin Durant continues to expose himself. Because we just heard Kevin Durant a couple of days ago say, you know, why am I not included in the GOAT conversation? What haven't I done, right? And I did that video, and we broke it down what Kevin Durant hasn't done. He hasn't done much. He hasn't done much, guys, as far as his NBA career as a whole. He hasn't done much. He hasn't led a team anywhere. And he's been exposed. I told you, ever since he left Golden State, went to Brooklyn, now he's in Phoenix. This man's been exposed as being a terrible leader, not having any heart or no grit, no toughness, no competitive fire, right? He has to play on super teams now. This is Kevin Durant's third super team, guys. I don't care what anybody says. This is his third super team, man. The Warriors were a super team. The Brooklyn Nets were a super team. And now the Phoenix Suns are a super team. Listen, just because your team is a failure and doesn't succeed doesn't mean it wasn't a super team. Just like LeBron James and the 2021 to 2022 Lakers with Russell Westbrook, Anthony Davis, LeBron James, Dwight Howard, Carmelo Anthony, with all those guys on that team. That was a super team. I don't care what their ages were. This was a super team. You had literally 5 Hall of Famers on that team, maybe even 6 on that team that LeBron James handpicked. He chose to keep that same energy, and then they won 35 games. It was still a super team, though. Remember, but going into the season, guys, Kendrick Perkins said that team was going to win 70 games, guys. That's what he said. They won 35. They won half the amount of games, guys. Still was a super team, even though it wasn't successful. Same thing with Kevin Durant and the Brooklyn Nets. Just because they didn't do anything doesn't mean it wasn't a super team. You had Kyrie Irving, James Harden, Kevin Durant, all on one team with a host of great role players. They won nothing. Why? Because there's no leadership. There's no heart. Nothing. Kyrie Irving's not a leader. He got no heart, no grit. Kyrie Irving never even plays. He lets personal things get in the way of his professional career. Kyrie Irving's not a real man. I told you this, guys. I don't believe he's a man. Does he have skills? He's got some skills, but it don't do anything. It don't translate because you're never on the court. Never on the court. So what happened in Brooklyn? Kyrie Irving was never playing. James Harden, he's soft, never in shape, right? He asked out of this team, he asked out of that team, and then he comes to the Brooklyn Nets and does nothing on the Brooklyn Nets. He's done nothing, James Harden, since he's left Houston in 2018 season. He hasn't done anything since that season. He's done nothing since that season. Nothing. That was the team in Brooklyn that Kevin Durant wanted. He got Kyrie Irving there. He wanted James Harden there. Right? He was supposed to be the leader. He was supposed to lead the Brooklyn Nets somewhere, did nothing. And what would the Kevin Durant fans say? Oh, his foot was on the line. Really? Really? His foot was on the line? Where was he in Game 7? Nowhere. Where was he the following season against the Boston Celtics in round 1? Nowhere. Averaging 6 turnovers a game, doing nothing. doing nothing, getting stomped out by the Boston Celtics. And then what happens to Kevin Durant? Then he leaves and goes to the Phoenix Suns now. And what's happened in Phoenix? Has he done anything in Phoenix? Nothing. I want you guys to think about the last 3 games of Kevin Durant, man. He scored 12 points, 20 points, and 15 points. All meanwhile, he's being outscored handily by Devin Booker. Grayson Allen is scoring more points than Kevin Durant. Grayson Allen, guys. This is insane, guys. And Bradley Beal. These guys are scoring more points than Kevin Durant over the last several games. Kevin Durant's a turnover machine. Last night, Kevin Durant, 7 turnovers, 15 points. Are you kidding me? This is Kevin Durant. I told you, Kevin Durant's game is not like that. Yes, he might have a good jump shot, a shooting stroke. No doubt about it, right? Some of his offensive moves are good. But where's the rest of Kevin Durant's game? It's non-existent, guys. He can't play make, right? He'll average 5 assists a game, but what is he averaging also? 3.5 turnovers a game. So it negates your assists. Also, it's easier to get assists in this era, guys. I'm not impressed with Kevin Durant's playmaking throughout his entire career. It's non-existent, guys. It's mediocre at best. Kevin Durant's become a turnover machine. Turnover machine, because he has no playmaking skills. None. How about Kevin Durant's rebounding? What is he doing this season rebounding-wise? Absolutely nothing. Is he averaging 9, 10 rebounds a game? No, not even close. Is he averaging 11 rebounds? No. 7 feet tall, can't rebound. Long arms, can't rebound. Why? Because Kevin Durant don't have the fundamental skills like that to rebound. Boxing out, he's a frail body. He don't want to bang like that. Come on, man, the dude's listed as a power forward and can't get but 7 rebounds a game. Once again, Kevin Durant's game ain't like that, man. He don't have all these other skills, all-around game. How about his defensive ability? Is Kevin Durant a defensive stopper? Is he going to lock people down? Has Kevin Durant ever made a first-team all-defense? Is he locking players down this season? Nope. Nope, not even averaging a steal a game, Kevin Durant. This guy never played defense at a high level. Never. The only time he was solid on defense was when? When he was front-running on Golden State. When you had guys like Draymond Green and Andre Iguodala, right? And some of these other guys behind him, right? Helping him out. Klay Thompson, some of these other guys picking up the slack. Kevin Durant's never been like that. Never was. And this man's continued to be exposed. Look at the Phoenix Suns this season, guys. Devin Booker's their leading scorer this year, guys. He's dropped multiple 40-point games, multiple 50-point games. He's dropped a 60-point game. Where's Kevin Durant at? Kevin Durant's highest score this season was 43 points. He scored 43 points against the lowly Chicago Bulls, hit a game winner. Good on him, man. Good job, Kevin Durant, against the lowly Bulls. Ever since that game, though, 12 points, 20 points, 15 points. The Suns have lost the last 2 games. Kevin Durant sitting there riding the coattails of Devin Booker this season, guys. Literally riding him on offense. Kevin Durant has missed what? I think 7 games this season, guys. 7 games? How has Kevin Durant missed 7 games with what? What injuries? 7 games Kevin Durant's missed this season, guys, already. 7. He's missed more games than LeBron James. 35 years old. Right? Come on, man. Always excuses for Kevin Durant. Yo, Kevin Durant had a Achilles injury. That was years ago, guys. It is no excuses, man. They keep telling us these guys are bigger, stronger, faster. They keep telling us that these guys take care of themselves better. They're better athletes, all this stuff. If that's the case, you can't use injuries or the significance of these injuries as a crutch, as an excuse. You can't do it. Dominique Wilkins came back from the same injury in the 90s, guys, with far less medical advancements, all of this stuff. Dominique Wilkins, who relied on his explosive athleticism way more than Kevin Durant ever has. See, this is the thing, guys, and this is why the Achilles is not as big of a deal as people try to make it seem. Kevin Durant's never done what he's done on the basketball court because of his athleticism. That's not what his game is predicated on. So the Achilles injury doesn't have as much as an effect. You hear people talk about, yo, Kevin Durant came back 95% after Achilles injury. Yeah, no duh. Kevin Durant's, his game was never predicated on athleticism. To me, he's not that great of an athlete. His side-to-side movement, he's lanky, he's awkward. He's not a high flyer, right? He don't get up for rebounds. He don't fly through the air and dunk the basketball. He ain't speeding down the court in the fast break. He's never been like that. He's always used his height, right, and his skills on the offensive end to get his baskets. Never been predicated on athleticism. So his Achilles injury is not going to be impactful like people are saying. This wasn't Kobe Bryant going down with the Achilles when he did. Kobe Bryant's game was predicated on some of his skills and some of his athleticism. Kobe Bryant was a high flyer, not like Kevin Durant, right? So it impacts someone like a Kobe Bryant a little bit differently. Also, Kobe Bryant's age, he was older at that time when the injury came. all these things, guys. Kevin Durant has been exposed this season, guys. I heard Kevin Durant say something about they talked to him the other day. They asked him in the post game, and they said something to him about when Joel Embiid scored that 70 points. And Kevin Durant actually had the nerve. This is what pisses me off about Kevin Durant, man. This is what pisses me off about these guys of this era. I told you, a lack of humility. What did Kevin Durant say? He was like, oh, wow, 70 points. And then he started going off on the thing about these guys scored 60. This guy scored 62. And what did Kevin Durant say? Yo, man, it's the skill of these players in this era, man. He said, I wrote it down. He called it the peak of basketball. That's what Kevin Durant said. He called this the peak of basketball. I'm going to do a separate video on that because that was insane. I didn't realize he said that till the other day. But this is Kevin Durant, the delusion of this man, the lack of humility to actually have the nerve to call this the peak of basketball when this is literally the bottom of basketball. This is a valley of basketball. This is disgustingness. No one's watching this stuff. How is this the peak of basketball when no one's watching this stuff? It's not popular. People are booing left and right. The coaches are calling out the NBA left and right. But Kevin Durant will come up there and tell you what? It's the peak of basketball because these guys truly believe that this era is the greatest era of all time. Every opportunity that they get to pump their own era up, these guys, they take it. Show no humility, never any respect to the previous eras, never. They'll just say things like, this is the peak of basketball. Literally makes no sense, guys. This is not the peak of basketball, and definitely not. With the flopping guidelines, the load management guidelines, they didn't need these things in previous eras. They didn't need an in-season tournament to help these guys stay competitive. They didn't need a play-in tournament to help these guys out. This is not the peak of basketball. It's absolutely not. And Kevin Durant's been exposed. I told these guys, not a leader, not a true competitor. He's not an all-time great like that on the top 10 level that he thinks he is. To me, I told you, Kevin Durant's in that top 25, top 30 range. He'll never be a top 10 or a top 20 player. No way. I'll never put him that high. No way, man. Too many holes in his game. Too many holes in his career. What has he done? He's done literally nothing in his career, guys. Literally nothing without that front-running time on Golden State. What's he done? Take away the Golden State years, guys. What has Kevin Durant done in his career? He's won an MVP award. Good for him. And done nothing. Literally nothing. Russell Westbrook won an MVP too. So did James Harden. He played with both those guys. Kevin Durant's had a lot of help in his career, guys. A lot of help. And Kevin Durant's underachieved, which is why he became a front runner, right? He blew a 3-1 lead in 2016 Western Conference Finals, but Kevin Durant says he should be in the greatest of all-time conversation. Kevin Durant couldn't lead a team to a championship. He had to join Steph Curry's team and ride the coattails of the Warriors' success. But he wants to be in the greatest of all-time conversation. Kevin Durant's never been a good rebounder, but he wants to be in the greatest of all-time conversation. Never been a good defensive player, wants to be in the greatest of all-time conversation. I don't understand this, guys. Never been a leader, never been a true competitor. Right? Throws Russell Westbrook under the bus when he leaves OKC. Right? I can't win with this guy. Kevin Durant's not a true competitor, guys. He always wants things to be easier. I told you, what did he say when he went to Golden State Warriors? He said it looked like the game would be easier. It would be more fun playing with them. This is what these guys want. All these guys want is easier. That's all they want is easy. I told you, they'll buy a video game and put it on easy. They don't want to play on normal. Everyone else is playing on normal, but these guys want it on easy. And this is why they'll never be compared to the other greats who played on normal mode, who played on hard difficulty, right? These guys want everything easier and easier and easier. And Kevin Durant's on a Phoenix Suns team, a super team now, again, his third super team, right? And they're in what? The 6th spot in the Western Conference, barely? I mean, it's a joke, guys. Kevin Durant out here being carried by Devin Booker, Grayson Allen, Nurkic. Yes, Kevin Durant's having a solid season, but once again, he's missed 7 games. He's not leading the team in scoring, not leading them in rebounds, not leading them in anything. He's leading them in turnovers. Kevin Durant leads the Suns in turnovers. That's what he leads them in. No leadership. No heart. You guys know the deal, man. We must continue to hold these guys to a standard, call them out. Stop these guys from rewriting the history, bending reality. This is the peak of basketball. You got to be kidding me, man. Get out of here. Once again, trying to tear down the other eras by lifting this era up and make it seem like these guys are doing everything that we've never seen before. They're scoring all these points because the game is more skilled. These guys are better. That's a complete lie, guys. That's another narrative. That's a narrative. These guys are not more skilled. They're not better. The game has gotten easier. They made the game easier, right? What have we seen, guys, over the last several seasons? The game has become easier for these guys, right? They don't have to play. They're only playing 60, 65 games, right? They're load managing, so they come up with guidelines. They're not giving the effort on a consistent basis, so what they have to do? Come up with an in-season tournament to get these guys to show up to work. Flopping guidelines to get these guys to stop trying to cheat the game and get fouls and crying and moaning. This is the peak of basketball. This is why I don't respect Kevin Durant, guys. He never says anything good. He's a moron, man. No respect for that clown. Like I said, man, show me what you got in the postseason, Kevin Durant, because I don't know where you've been in the postseason since you left Golden State, but you ain't been nowhere. Literally nowhere. Once again, exposed. You'll never be in the greatest of all time conversation or top 10 of all time conversation. Kevin Durant ain't that dude. He's never been that dude. And he's been proving over the last several seasons. Exposed. You guys know the deal, man. I'll catch you guys on the next one.